Okay, so I'm a huge fan of the Samson Go Mic. You can see it here in front of me. What's not to like about it in terms of being able to pack it with you? The nice thing is it's about the size of your wallet or even smaller, so it can go in basically your bag permanently like it's in my bag. It also has a 10 dB pad. It works in cardioid pattern, which it is now, and it works in an omnidirectional pattern, so you can have people on either side of it. And it's also got real-time monitoring as well if you want to actually monitor your voice. The only thing I don't really like about it is the mini USB connection that it has to your computer. It's kind of like the old GoPros, and you have to kind of dig out an older cable for that to work, because most things are USB-C these days. So when I saw this microphone, I thought, okay, so this is the Samson Meteorite microphone. I really like the way that it kind of looks. It's kind of a little, about a golf ball size, little chrome microphone. And I was hoping that the internals of that microphone would sound about as good as the Samson Go Mic, because it's a little bit kind of nostalgic, kind of retro looking. So I thought I'd try that out. So today I'm going to try out the Meteorite and compare that to the Samson Go Mic. Let's go. Okay, so first when you unbox the microphone, you get some documentation, which is not too helpful, I would say, in terms of microphone documentation. And you can see the microphone itself, and I'll just hold that up to the camera here so you can see the relative size of it. You can also see that it connects over USB-A, which I'll try to get the camera to focus in on. There we go. And the one thing that I first saw that's kind of the first problem with the microphone is that on the bottom of it, and I'll just focus in here for a second, there is no 1/4, 20, or 3/8 inch microphone mount, so there's no way to actually mount the microphone, so I thought maybe I could just mount it on the bottom of the magnetic mount, and this is kind of the magnetic plinth that it sits on. I'll get it to focus in, and you'll see that there's also no 1/4, 20, or 3/8 inch mount on the plinth that it comes with, so there's no real way to mount the microphone other than having it sit on your desk, and the problem with that is it's about 3 feet or 1 meter or so away from your mouth typically, which means it's going to sound pretty bad in terms of its sound quality. So what I want to do now, because you're hearing the entire time and you've heard since the beginning the Samson Go Mic that I like a lot, and if you watch things like Podcastage, for example, Bander also likes this microphone as well as other people. And this one's going right now for about $30 on Amazon, so I thought maybe for $25 or so the Meteorite would have hopefully the same internals to it and kind of sound similar, but with a little bit less fuss in terms of cabling and hooking it up. And so let's listen to this microphone, the new one, the Meteorite, and see how it sounds. Alright, so now we're on the Samson Meteorite microphone just to hear what that sounds like. It is a cardioid microphone. It says it can do 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz, which is the human hearing range. And it works at both 44.1 and 48 kilohertz and 16-bit audio, similar to the Samson Go Mic, but it doesn't have any additional controls like the 10 dB pad, the real-time monitoring through the 1/4 inch microphone plug like you've got on the Samson Go Mic, and there's no pattern switching, so it's only cardioid. It won't do omnidirectional like the Samson Go Mic. So this again is the Samson Meteorite microphone. Let me just make sure. I'm going to check and see that there are no filters or anything, no compressor, no limiter, no expander, no equalizer, and there is nothing on there. So I've got nothing kind of processing the audio in any way, so you can hear what it sounds like. And you can see that I've actually got it kind of balanced on top of the Samson Go Mic, not fixed anyway, because there's no way to actually mount it or fasten it. So I'm just going to use the magnetic mount to remove it and hold it in my hands. That might have had a little bit of handling noise, so you can hear that if you did hear it. And now I'm going to go ahead and test it off axis. So this is the microphone to the side on the right hand side of the microphone. This is the microphone on the left hand side of the microphone. This is the bottom side of the microphone, so you can hear if there's any type of noise in terms of, I'll do keyboard simulation and just kind of knock on my desk. It's kind of a bad simulation, but you get the idea to see if the sound below it sounds any good. Now what I'm going to do is actually place it on my desk so you can kind of hear what it would sound like in the desk placement, and you would have probably heard that click onto the magnetic base, and so you can't see it now in frame, but it's kind of sitting on my desk as it might do if you were actually speaking into it and using it on your desk as intended without a stand, because you cannot mount it to a stand because there's no mounting hole or on the either on the plinth base of it or on the microphone itself. So let me know how this sounds. All right, I'm going to pick it up again, hopefully not knock it or give any other issues with it. And my room is not really treated. It sounds good, I think, on a dynamic microphone, which is pretty good in terms of echo cancellation and those types of things, as long as I'm pretty close to the microphone itself. So I'm going to get right up on top of the microphone just to test the proximity effect. I'm right on top of the Samson Meteorite microphone. Now I'm going to go about 3 feet away, about where a webcam would probably be in terms of normal framing for a webcam on top of your monitor. This is roughly 3 feet or 1 meter away from my mouth, so you can hear what that sounds like. And a little bit off axis, so you can hear what that sounds like. And back in front, and probably in the normal position. Now I'm going to try my best to put it back where it was without making it clip or do anything on the magnetic base. Carefully set it here and point it more towards my mouth so the emblem is kind of firing towards me. So this is the Samson Meteorite microphone. Okay, so there you have it. This is the Samson Meteorite microphone. Again, it's about the size of a golf ball or so. It's got that nice retro kind of chrome look to it. In terms of my feedback from it, it wasn't terrible. It was a bit mid-forward, a bit higher pitched and toned than the Samson Go Mic. It doesn't sound good when you handle it though. So you could tell when I picked up the microphone, there was a hum of feedback that was coming through the microphone. It didn't sound as good as the Samson Go Mic. I would say though, since I'm kind of talking over the Samson Go Mic a little bit, it was experiencing a few plosives. So anytime I would either knock my desk or breathe a little bit into that microphone, it would have probably benefited from having some kind of a wind guard or something on top of it, or even like a foam or something to cover it up. But to me, the Samson Go Mic is superior sounding in basically every way. The Meteorite looks pretty cool, but I mean, the main problem I have with it, in addition to it not really having much of kind of a low-end presence in terms of the audio profile, is that it has no way to mount it. So if you have to put it on your desk on the chrome plinth, it'll look kind of cool and understated, and you know, it's got that kind of retro vibe to it. But I don't think it's any better than like a, you know, built-in laptop microphone or something in terms of its audio quality and capture. It's clear. I mean, it sounds crisp, and you know, it's obviously very sensitive in terms of its microphone traits, the capsule. But it to me, it doesn't sound great, doesn't hit the mark, doesn't sound nearly as good as the Samson Go Mic. So I would say, you know, net, skip this microphone. Don't do the Samson Meteorite microphone. If you do it, don't handle it with your hand to avoid the humming noise. I would spend the extra $5 or $10 and get the Samson Go Mic, because it is an amazing microphone, given its age, given it's also 16-bit. And, you know, it was designed years and years ago, but its sound quality is kind of next level. The only thing you can really fault it on in terms of sound quality are the plosives that you heard a couple of times when I was filming the intro scene, and probably a little bit during this one if you blow into it. As long as you've got good microphone technique and you're relatively close, and I'm probably, I don't know, less than a foot away from the microphone, it will serve you really well. And it is literally something that I keep in my bag every day when I go to work, when I travel. It's always there because it comes with that nice case, and it's about the size, smaller than actually probably most wallets, so you can pack it with you, and that way you've always got stellar audio wherever you go for a really, really tiny form factor microphone. So that's my review of the Meteorite microphone. Again, it's not something that I would recommend buying. I do kind of like the industrial design of it, but I would skip it and go for the Samson Go Mic. So if this helped, be sure to give me a like. Otherwise, subscribe to my channel for other streaming or remote work hardware tips and reviews. and I will see you soon.